Hey, good morning and welcome to Wednesday already. Goodness, Wednesday, the 18th of September. We're already over halfway through the month of September already. It's just been going by really fast. Give me a second, I gotta finish setting up really quick. Get this here. I can't talk yet. I've got buttered bread in my mouth. I'm glad it's just buttered bread, I guess. Sorry. Little early humor in the morning. There we go. Get some music going. Oh, man. Let's start off by talking about what happened yesterday. Yesterday morning in the pre-market, I had quite a few good trades. I was pretty much up $200 in the early morning market. And then I don't know. I guess I wanted to try a strategy I had been kind of looking at and testing out, and it's one of those hold through the opening of intraday, and it didn't work out. Let's just put it that way. So I ended up breaking even, at least on my trades for the day. Not too happy about that. And then, of course, my longs, if you were in the market yesterday, my longs kind of ate me up a little bit. I was able to, offset them a little bit by, I planned to add in a few more shares anyway, so I allowed it to kind of drop down, bought a few more shares of this and that. But overall, I was still down at the end of the day, $200. So it's a red day, and this is just in my standard trading account as far as my brokerage play account. I do have some longs in there as well, and my longs won the day. Let's put it that way. In a negative light, I lost the war, and hopefully we're turning around today. I'm looking at it right now. We're back up $53 from yesterday, so not too bad. And that's just my longs. Now my the ones that I did an early entry on to hold during the opening, I still have some of the shares in that. I have it as a swing trade. I've made back $38 on on the wrong one. I made back $38.75 on one, which I was down. I'm still down $59 on it. So that's what I mean. I had two really bad trades. It took me for about $100 each. But that's all the time I had in the morning to trade. So, and the two that really kind of got me was RLMD and VVPR. And so I still have some of those shares. I have about 125 shares per. In hopes that, you shouldn't really ever hope. You should always follow strategy. But in this case, I am hoping because I wanted to have it as a swing. I was reading it as a swing. It might take a couple days to actually play out, but I did drop half my shares just because the comfort level wasn't there. It was dropping further than I thought it was going to, and actually one of them hit an all-time year record low yesterday. So I'm kind of glad I dropped some of my shares yesterday. I was not expecting that, but that just goes to show the market could do some unexpected things. So you just got to always have a strategy, a plan. You have a max loss in place as far as what you're willing to risk, and you don't try to take more than that. It's like, I wouldn't say it's like gambling at the casino. But a lot of people that go into the casino, they'll blow the whole paycheck. Well, when you play the stock market, just like the casino, you should take $20, play that $20. If you lose it, well, at least you played. And that's all you got to do. You don't go back to the ATM. You don't take your wallet with you so you can go back to the ATM to get more money. At least that's my strategy. But in this case, in stocks, there's a lot more strategizing, technical indicators, and technically, in many ways, and even by the government standard, investing is not gambling. And so, nobody would be able to retire. You wouldn't even be able to retire off of government, Social Security or anything else if they didn't have some type of investment going on to try to help it grow. All right, let's get into it today. Let's start some music up. Let's see. Oh, that's loud. All right, let's get my low floats, my gappers, my low floats, see what's out there. Oh, I should also mention rate cuts. The federal government's going to announce rate cuts today, potentially. It's expected that there will be a rate cut. How that's going to affect the market, I would be cautious on. With everything being where they are, high market values, with also high inflation, high interest rates. When something cuts, something's got to give. Usually, one has an impact to the other, so there's an inverse effect. So you might, or an actual effect, excuse me. So you may see the market come down a bit once how much of a cut is being announced. It's interesting timing, though, that you would think that with, I don't know. I mean, is it time to do a rate cut? It's just based on society norms and everything going on in the economy, I would say probably not. But I'm also, if I'm thinking politically, what a great little piece to use for your November election is to say, oh, well, we did a rate cut in November or before November. So, but if it tanks, if it ends up tanking the market, I guess it's counterproductive. So we'll see what happens. All right, jumping in here. Let's do this quickly. So, see, here is VVPR from yesterday. You can see where I bought. I bought at 206. Here's my value. I was hoping to get a little bit of a run up off of this continuation a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't get this is on the 4 hours, so let's switch it down to the 1 minute. You can see it a little bit better. So, pre-market, I was holding, I did sell some shares. I mean, I made a little bit of money, but, excuse me. And it did run up quite a bit. I was hoping for some continuation play, and then, unfortunately, I had to go to work, and I couldn't play it anymore, and I was hoping to get a bounce back up, or at least to come back above VWAP, and then I was hoping to be able to hold that and have a multi-day swing day, because it's been just kind of looking to go that direction, but didn't work out. I'm still down $64, but I've already made back $33.75, so yeah, I mean, it's the swing's kind of working out. It's just going to take a little while longer, I think. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so on the just popped up Siri. Siri just popped up as a gapper. Oddly enough, Warren Buffett invested substantial amounts of money in Siri about a couple weeks ago. So there you go. Siri jumped up. I don't have any Siri right now. And we had it's a little bit over $1 gap. Well, maybe about $1 jump up. Why did they jump up? There is absolutely no news on them. Goldman Sachs maintained neutral on Siri. Lowers price target to $26. How? See, I think I talked about this before. When they lower the price target, it's like everything jumps up. I don't get that. People are selling out, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Siri's a gap up right now. VWAP was down here, now it's up here. It's hard to say for me. There's no news on it. I mean, you did have this ride yesterday and then a jump. So, we'll just have to keep an eye on it. All right, that was a gapper. This is a low float. Low float, we got PRTG. Lunar, huh? PRTG for trading jumps around. There's nothing, just honorable mention, no catalyst. So not sure really why it's climbing. Maybe that's why it's falling so much right now. But we had a jump up to almost $21 from, $4.75. Holy moly. That's Gosh, that's what, 300%, 400%. 4 times 5 is 20, so 500% gain on that one, just if you were holding it overnight. But what caused that? There's nothing on the. There's no news on it. I mean, you almost have to question what type of manipulation is going on this one. Who knows what? Who has some information that the rest of society doesn't know? Let's see if I can find anything on. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? All right, let's see if I can find anything. Investing.com. I like to go to investing.com. Landmark Fed decision in focus. Futures edge higher. Interesting. Okay, so PRTG. All right, where did it go? I guess that is it. Show all. Here we go. There it is. All right, so PRTG. Get rid of this little video thing. It's interesting. One day. Let's look at the technical chart. And can we do post market? Let's do candlesticks. Can we do the extension? Extended market? I don't know. Okay, well, let's just look at news. See what news is there. I'll go to the other one for that. Plunges to 52-week low of 13 cents. And that was back in August 13th. So, wow. Okay, so, there's a reverse stock split announced back then of 1 for 20. Maybe that's caused it. There you go. You had a 1 for 20 reverse stock split. Awesome. So, 1 for 20. Why would you do 1 for 20? Oh, reverse, yeah. So they had a reverse stock split. So if you had 20 shares of the company, you now have 1. Those are not so fun because then you start losing money once it drops past the original price that you had it. So, I mean, as soon as you start losing money, or as soon as it reverses, it usually starts to drop. So, yeah. So that's what happened on that one. There was a reverse stock split. Everybody that had 20 shares down here now has 1 share worth this value, and now it's dropping back down. So if you had $200 invested here, and each one of those each one of those shares was $10, 20 times 10 is 200. So yeah, so it's each one of these shares was $10. Now you have 1 share only worth 200, and now it's dropping back down, and now it's only worth $120. So now you can divide that $120 by the 10 that you originally had, and that's what you actually have in loss. So, fun. All right, let's keep on going. SNOA. Not seeing anything here. You do have some continuation potential play. SNOA, they're a pharmaceutical company, and we got news on them. Let's see what news there is. News. FDA nod for OTC eye care product. That was 21 hours ago. Company specializing in stabilizing HOCI healthcare products has announced receiving a new 510K. All right. 510K clearance from the Food and Drug Administration. The clearance allows over-the-counter over the counter, not OTC. Okay, over the counter use of their whatever, some technology based solution for managing minor skin abrasions, lacerations, and irritations. Interesting. Okay, well, there is some news. It was from yesterday at 9:04 a.m. So I guess that's this one. So I mean, you could have a play here. This is a promising one. So we'll keep on going here. We'll look at the top ones here. So WINT, they had a jump up from yesterday. What was their news? Honorable mention. Okay, now on my pre-market best pre-market scanner, I have Lunar, which is funny because all these other honorable mentions were a part of the Lunar article. So Lunar jumped up yesterday. It's coming back down a little bit, but we are crossing the Heiken again into the blue. We're coming up on the 5-minute MACD a little bit. We're kind of shrinking the volume though. As you can see from the green candles to the red candles, we're starting to turn a little bit red. This might be a little bit of a fake out. We'll see. Fake out, a 5-minute fake out, as I like to say. And then over here on the 1 minute. Oh, look at something. I changed my setting yesterday, but it didn't look and feel. There was a look and feel I really liked, and I gotta see if I can find it again. No, wasn't that one. Wasn't that one. I think it was old school TOS. There we go, that's what I liked. It really brightens up the colors a little bit. You can really see things. So, there we go. Here we go. So, right here we get a little bit of a Heiken showing up, but this might be the 5-minute fake out that I mentioned. This is magenta, this is cyan. Cyan. So cyan is showing the trend as being bullish, where magenta would be bearish. And then my 5 minutes MACD, the impulse is still on the downward turn. MACD has turned up though with green candles. RSI, we're still in between. We're not overbought or oversold. That's what my green dots indicate. But we do have more volume than the past 2 bars towards the sale versus the buy. So on the 5 minute. Now if we jump down to the 1 minute, we did have this run up with the change over the Heiken on the 5 minute, or on the MACD. And we do have a little bit wider Heiken here, so volume is essentially increasing. Or direction of the trade of the move is potentially increasing. Let's see. We got a crossover here on the 1 minute, waiting for the downturn to continue, and then so maybe another 5 minute play. Especially if this goes back to red, you're gonna have another maybe 5 to 10 minute play. Yeah. So, and then the last one we have. Well, that's really it. Those are your high players right now. We have ISPC as well, but they've already dropped down. And they could have a retrace back to highs again, but I don't know. We'll see. Any news on that one? Nope. Same honorable mention story as Lunar. So, all right, that's all we got. So let's just do a quick little recap. We got Siri as your gapper. You got PRTG, SNOA, WINT, and then Lunar, LUNR. Those are your plays for the morning, or at least that's my plays for the morning, my watch list. Other than my standard watch list for my longs and stuff, of course. But I gotta be a little more proactive in my other accounts. So I have 5 accounts, but only one that I have as a play account. All the others are long, mostly index or mutual. I gotta remember it. Sometimes when you get so intuitive into your one play account, you forget that you have the other accounts that you also need to manage. Unless you're having just a brokerage manage those for you. But I don't. I prefer to manage them myself. I think I'm more successful that way. I just feel more successful. I tell you, my interest or return on investment percentage is been substantially more than when I had somebody else just managing it. So I'm absolutely outpacing anything that any of my pension funds, retirement funds, plans, 401ks, so forth had ever been able to do. So I guess that's the difference between self-managed, proactive management, and just allowing somebody else just to tell you after something's happened really bad. So, being proactive versus reactive. There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. That's all we got today. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'll be back again tomorrow. And my fiance will be back around. She's been out of town for a little bit. So she'll be here tomorrow night. So I'm excited about that. And then we'll be back over on the coast this weekend. Well, I guess not. Somewhat the coast. We'll be over near the Chesapeake area with the boat. I got a lot more work to do. I got 2 more solar panels I got to put up. And then after that, I got to still run the wiring and electrical. And there's just a lot of little tiny projects here. I'm going to put up I got a new tarpon. Not tarpon, but what's it? It's just a canvas, but an actual waterproof, water-resistant waterproof, UV-resistant canvas that I'm going to turn into my my Dodger. My old Dodger just kind of went to crap. It did. Well, I mean, it was there from 2 years ago and was still there. They left it out just in the UV, and it wasn't UV resistant, and it just got destroyed. It crumbled, and that's why I'm having to replace that. So when you go to winterize, you do need to put stuff away. A lot of people just leave their crap out, and I mean, even your sails, you really need to protect them. Your jib, you can only do so much with your jib unless you really want to go through the whole process of taking it down. Roll it up. And by rolling it up, you kind of reduce the exposure to the UVs. But you got to make sure that your lines, when you roll it up, your lines wrap your jib a couple times. And the reason you do, you should do that anyway every time you put your jib away. And if you're wondering what the jib is, if you think of a sailboat, usually you have a main sail, and then you have a jib sail that's at the bow of the boat, at the front, and or Geno, Geno and Genoa and jib. Excuse me, I can't think this morning. But your jib, when you wrap it, you should wrap the cords around it a couple times, and by doing that, you prevent it from releasing, or let's say there's less likely of it becoming loose and flapping in the wind because you have it wrapped by the lines a couple times. And then, of course, you're tying down the lines in the rear, utilizing your winch and also a tie down. But that's just how you can protect your jib. Mainsail, of course, you want to make sure you have your cover on it. The cover should be UV resistant, and then you can always put up some other type of UV resistant waterproof canvas that kind of covers the boat area a little bit. Try not to have so much snow on top and kind of just runs off to the side. Make it almost like a little teepee. But then again, you got to have a really good tie down, because if the wind comes in, it's just like a sail. It can get up and underneath it. So when you tie it down, it's got to come down to the actual boat itself. You want to make it like a tent where the wind can't get underneath it as much and lift it up. But that's not something I'm going to be working on this weekend. Right now, this weekend is just finishing off the solar power energy and the electrical, trying to work on that a little bit. Oh, and the engine. I'm going to finish the oil change, get the oil in it, check on if there's any diesel still getting into the oil chamber before I put the oil in, because if diesel's getting in there, I'm not going to put any oil in. But if that's all good to go, then we're going to start it up. And if we can start it up, that means I can take it to get to the haul out and get it on the hard surface. So, all right. Oh, speaking of which, she arrived a little late, but she's in the channel right now. So, it's good to see you. It just now told me, it just now popped up that I have one viewer, so. But we're just talking about this weekend plans and the boat and what the plan is for the boat this weekend. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to head out, and I got to do my TikTok announcement really quick. I do that, a short little video on there too, and then get ready for the open, or the pre-market. All right, well, you guys all take care. We're out of here.